moving a little bit.
Oh no, gonna have to fix that. This might be one of the most unique ways that I start a camping trip. This is Derek. There he is. Derek is the owner of Haven Tents, and he's invited me to go on a snowmobile overnight camping trip to go spend a night in a Haven tent. But we're gonna have a great time running on snowmobiles. It's gonna be sweet. All right, let's go. Let's go sleep in a hammock, eh? Let's do it.
You didn't make it far, did you?
No! You said the trail's easy to follow.
So generally we would just roll it, but I don't want to get your stuff all snowy.
All right, we have found camp. We're just gonna set up on these aspen trees.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get it. Yeah, sweet.
Gonna get it. Oh, with room to spare.
Who wants to lay in the snow like an animal, right?
That was me last weekend.
I saw your picture from last weekend. It was looking good.
So I'm pretty stoked to actually finally sleep in a Haven tent, because I've got one of these that's a couple years old at this point, and for whatever reason, I just haven't used it yet. So now we're making it happen in probably one of the most beautiful settings I think you could get yourself in, and in a method of travel that is pretty dang enjoyable. So we've got a nice thick insulated pad. This is the Haven insulated pad cover. So we're putting that on, and then I've got a cool new piece of sleeping gear from Zenbivy that we're gonna be putting to use tonight that I'm really excited about. We're losing light pretty quickly though, so I gotta get camp going. So I'm gonna focus on that. So I know it's kind of dark, but something I love about this new Zenbivy bed is actually the pillow. This is the large size pillow, and it connects to the inside of the hood, the like sleeve that connects everything together, and it's amazing. But it's dark enough that I can't see anything. There we go. Pretty slick here, Derek.
If you're doing a Haven camp, we gotta get you up the ridge light.
Derek said my lantern is not cool enough.
Yeah, I mean it's great and all, but no ridge light.
No, they've got this like LED light that runs along the ridge. Is it USB? There it is.
Yeah.
What's different about this is, yes, it's a hammock, but it's also a tent. It's a hammock tent. And it's a lay flat design. So you fill a sleeping pad that you can buy from Haven, which is really cool. But this is the standard size, and then Derek has got the XL version. So it's a 30-inch wide pad.
On the XL, yeah.
Yeah, 30-inch wide pad, and then 24-inch wide on the standard. And so I would bet that you could also use a 25-inch wide that's a long in here. Yeah. Would be my guess.
Main thing is that you need horizontal baffles.
Yeah, horizontal baffles. That is critical to the structure of this. And so you've got to integrate a rainfly, and it provides a flat lay, which is so nice. I mean, I haven't slept in it yet, so we'll see.
We're not talking like flat for a hammock, like 80% flat, you know?
80.
If your mattress at home was 80% flat, you'd throw it away. There's no way you would accept anything less than 100% flat from your mattress at home. And that's what we're after.
And then I've got a, oh man, Derek's gonna love this.
Hold on, let's just appreciate this.
Oh, there it is.
You can see that, right? So little.
That's sick.
haptic button here you can push, boom, boom, or you can dim it down for some ambiance. Ooh, my thumb is so cold that it actually is like I can't even feel it pushing the button. But how about that? Look, it's all lit up now. Okay, you're set.
I don't know what I was saying. Oh, I've got a cool piece of gear to show you that I wish I had on all of my other winter trips that fits in my backpack just fine. But just wait and see. This might just be the bougiest thing that I carry on a camping trip like this. It's a heated butt pad. Go in my chair, get my tushy nice and warm. Yeah, baby. What do you think, my friend?
I think we're in for a good night. It's gonna be cold, but I think we're ready for it. And you're gonna wake up early and get this fire going for me, right? That wasn't the plan. Good thing you didn't record my lighting of this fire. Nobody would want anything to do with Haven Tents after seeing that spectacle.
It has been a fantastic evening, though. It's nice to have kind of all these luxuries and just enjoy it, even though it's 14 degrees. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty cozy. I'm enjoying this. It's warm so far, and you would think that being suspended, floating, being in a floating tent would mean that you're gonna be cold from underneath, but got a nice insulated pad. I've got the insulated cover sheet, and it's doing really well. So I'm happy about that. And I'm excited for the night of sleep tonight because this is totally different from any other type of hammock that I've slept in. Now, those always have been like gathered in hammocks, and I can count on one hand the number of nights that I have in a gathered in hammock, and every time it's been a nightmare. Like I don't sleep good in hammocks. So I'm looking forward to this being a much different sleeping experience and hopefully get a really good night of sleep. Good morning to you. That was a fantastic night of sleep. Just enjoyed being able to sleep like I would in my tent. It was awesome. I think the standard size of this Haven tent is not for anybody larger than me. The reason being is like I found myself kind of pressing against the side of the tent pretty often, and with it being in the teens overnight, I was getting cold on that spot because I'm pressing against the cold tent. So the XL version, I can see having a lot of benefits of just more space to move around, especially with a cold weather bag. Like my sleeping bag essentially takes up the entire space of the tent. But that was a great, comfortable, enjoyable night of sleep. So we're gonna get things going this morning. Derek?
So great. New pad with the XL, designed for 2024. It's the first cold weather test. It was phenomenal. But let's show you the lounge strap here. Go ahead and sit up.
Oh, we're sitting up.
You were like having to do a sit up that whole time.
Ooh.
Now go ahead and lay that down.
Look at that. I got a water bottle on my back. There we go. Oh, baby.
That's nice, right? Like, see, oh, this is comfortable, but you're laying flat like your bed at home. And then when you do that, it's like the sleep number system. You've, cranked it up to whatever number.
Yeah.
Now you're like in a hospital, like you're like lounging. You know?
The other tent I've got at home doesn't have that.
Hey.
Right?
Exactly. Hey.
I think it's old enough that.
One for the hammock.
One for the hammock. Yay! No, I mean the other Haven tent.
Oh yeah. The other Haven tent doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And then when you want to go back down, it's just
right.
That. 30-second spiel. I was laying in a regular hammock and just thought this would be so much better if I was flat, didn't have pressure on my sides. That was kind of the genesis of the idea. So I started tinkering, how could I create a lay flat hammocks? Not flat for a hammock, but flat like your bed at home. And so when you look at our system, we have an insulated air mattress down here with horizontal baffles that help keep the space open. These spreader bars actually just give you more internal volume. They don't actually do much for the flat lay. Then if you pull back a little bit, you'll see these suspension arcs that run down along the sides, kind of like a suspension bridge. And then it's kind of weighted down right now but normally you'll actually see this bowing upwards. And so when it's not weighed down and there's nothing in the hammock, you can actually see that it's bowed upwards. The idea here is that when you lay in it, you're kind of counteracting the sag that comes from a traditional hammock. And so that's what you get. You end up laying completely flat. That's the name of the game. And then I just kind of made a checklist of all the things that I liked about tents and things that made tent camping easier and maybe harder. I just tried to put them all in one system. And so rather than having to take off and, you know, treat the rainfly as a separate tent each time you go to set up, our rainfly is integrated right into the suspension. And ask me, what if there's no trees?
What if there's no trees, Derek?
Oh, it goes on the ground like a bivvy tent, like this. Just use trekking poles or bushes or, you know, driftwood or whatever. You can pitch it right on the ground too. So you have that functionality as well. That's the Haven tent system. Just ends up being, you know, maybe not the absolute lightest way to camp, but our goal is to be the most comfortable.
So I think it just like, it fits a wider audience, and I think honestly it's more approachable. Like there's less to fuss with. Yeah. That's my issue with just the traditional idea of hammock camping or like ultralight hammocks and such, is there's so much to fuss with, which you hammock people, you can have your argument
you
that
have to have the tree spacing just right.
It's
or
not
whatever.
as,
With the Haven
not
tent,
as
we
bad,
have this,
but
it's called a structural ridge line, and so tree spacing really isn't important. I mean, it has to be, you know, past a minimum distance.
Right.
Then after that, you're fine on tree spacing. And
like
we try to simulate the at-home sleeping experience, so people don't have to learn, and they have to learn how to sleep in a hammock. And I hear that all the time, like, oh yeah, you know, after your 10th night in a hammock, you kind of figure out how to sleep in it. And you know, we've spent hundreds of nights on our bed at home, so that's what we've tried to recreate here.
No, that's fantastic. We have got ourselves all packed up, and now the trick is, will the cold snowmobiles start? We'll get them started, so it won't be that bad. But this has been such a beautiful, beautiful place, man. To go like remote into the backcountry using snowmobiles, sleep in a floating tent in a beautiful place, just like, I don't know, it's like off the beaten path, not in your regular place that you would go. And that travel style is really neat. Should we do it?
Yeah, let's take the long way back, huh?
I'm liking it.
All right, let's do it.
We made it back in one piece. Derek didn't kill me, which is nice, but that was just an awesome experience, and thanks, man.
No worries.
Thanks for
coming out. You kidding me? It's a great any chance we get to get out there and snowmobile camp. I'll take it.
I know this is a little bit different type of video. Never seen snowmobiles on my channel, but that was a good time, and yeah, super grateful for the experience. So thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one. And check out Haven Tents. Link down in the description.
We can throw that in there. Yeah.